Welcome! After a bit of a break with some family emergencies, unfortunately, that actually turned out well, but also a very well-deserved holiday in Datça in the beautiful country of Turkey, I am back to my Atari ST nostalgia trip. And what better way to celebrate my comeback than going for some gameplay in my beloved Monochrome mode. And I will do so by playing the 1986 game Donald Duck's Playground, ported from the C64 to the Sierra AGI engine on the Atari ST. I don't have to explain this game because this game actually explains itself, so let's not waste any time and just start it up. When starting up the game, it actually asks us if you want to use a joystick, and if you want to use a joystick in Sierra games, unfortunately you have to reach under your Atari and plug it into the mouse port, which is port 0, and then press Ctrl J. But in this game it is really worth it playing with the joystick, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So I've already put it in the right port, but I'm going to press Ctrl J. Again, I'm going to press Ctrl J, which will make the game start up, and you can see, yes, I'm indeed playing in it monochrome. And I will lower the volume of the music a little bit because let's just say this game sounds very nostalgic, like all Sierra AGI games do, and just leave it at that. It's not the best sounding game, and it's also Atari ST default font galore. But it's 1986, so I guess we'll just have to forgive them. And yes, Sierra AGI games in monochrome. This game does not look good. You already saw that probably. But the game will start to explain itself, which basically says Donald wants to build a playground in the park for his nephews. And yeah, the first screen contains all the stores where he can work, so he can earn some money to actually buy some stuff, and after he's bought the stuff he can take it to the playground. And yes, this music will just keep on playing, and I'm not sure if you can even switch it off. But since I have to endure the music, I will also make you endure it. So on the other side of Duckburg, there are the stores. And basically every store is basically the same, they just sell slightly different stuff. And I think the store he's in front right now is run by Minnie Mouse, the middle one is run by Mickey Mouse, and the other one is run by Goofy. And you cannot have any interaction with these characters whatsoever, they are just standing behind the counter. But yeah, you can spend the money you earn working across the street, as it says. And you can see this is the very early Sierra AGI engine. Port to the Atari ST, where all of the text mostly actually is on the bottom of the screen, but this also has some pop-ups which King's Quest 2 didn't have. And you can see, yeah, the playground is almost empty, and as soon as you enter the park you of course turn into your little nephews, which is the goal of the game. You have to fill the playground and make sure your nephews can really play around in the park. Which I guess is a very noble goal, and it's also very comprehensible, because this is really aimed at children, this game. The box art actually said it's a change-making game aimed at children for between 7 and 11. So it says press any key, the joystick button, authorized mouse button, and you can play Donald Duck's Playground, which is exactly what I'm going to do. And yeah, as you see, now we are at the opening game, and frankly, yeah, the monochrome mode looks so horrific. It really looks like Donald is being captured on some very old, very blurry black and white CCTV cameras. And you can't even properly read the text, but this is the level selection. You can choose beginner on the left, intermediate in the middle, or advanced on the right. So anyone who has ever played the original Quake, you might find this very familiar. So I guess now we know where ID Software got their idea from. Not really, to be honest. I doubt if those guys ever played this game, and it's impossible to read the monochrome anyway. But let's go to the left, which is the beginner level. So we can also get started and somehow end this music, but yeah. Where we have to play the minigames. And I'm just going to go to work and play some shifts in the minigames to make some money. And we'll get through the game like the things that, yeah. And here also, so I can use the joystick, very easy to select. If you use the keyboard here also, you press the up key, it will just keep going until you press the key again. So the controls are really awkward. when you're not using a joystick. And I'm just going to work a 2-minute shift because it's actually long enough. And for some reason the plane is landing, which I assume it will be full of luggage, but the game actually requires me to load the luggage into a van instead of unloading it, but never mind about that. It will just show 4 cards in the game, showing the abbreviations, which are the actual airport codes. So you can also, I guess, sit with your child. But what you have to do is you have to, I know I don't need Dallas, and I don't know what all these airport codes mean, but basically what you have to do is pick up the boxes with the appropriate code and put it in the appropriate van, and I just missed one. And with the joystick, this is so much easier to play. I just missed that one. No. Yeah, I had a little bit of a test run in this game, so I'm a bit confused at which... I'm now remembering the codes from my previous game that I was playing, so I should know this one I need. Yeah, and he's making like 3 cents or something, and I'm not doing as well as I should be doing. And of course you can play, I think, up to a 9-minute shift, which is a bit long, I guess. And playing this with the keyboard is way more difficult, so you will not be as fast as with the joystick. It's much easier to control. So again, and I will probably keep saying this as I'm playing this game, really, no, not this one. Houston is not on there. Dallas is also not on there. JFK is though, which, as far as I know, is an airport near New York, where I actually landed when I was visiting New York some years ago. Which was also my only time in the US, and I should actually be facing the right way to pick up the bucks. So I only went to the US once to visit New York for a few days, and then I went on to Indianapolis for the famous Indy 500, which was a really nice trip. Which is the only reason I know what JFK stands for. So what muy stands for? I mean, it's sort of Spanish for a lot, but it's probably not what it means here. Oh, and my time is up. So I've been working hard for 2 minutes and I actually earned 81 cents. And of course I'm playing in beginner mode, so 81 cents doesn't seem like a lot, but actually, yeah, and it's putting them all in the same plane, so I guess that plane is going airport hopping or something. But it's aimed at children, so we shouldn't overthink stuff, I guess. But let's watch it take off with all the luggage I packed, so I made myself useful here. And of course I have to press a button to leave, which means Donald Duck is getting his first salary. And this part is automated, which is nice. So 81 cents. Very nice, and I'm off to my next job because 81 cents already buys me quite a lot in this game. God, it looks and sounds horrific. I probably shouldn't comment on the looks of the sounds of this game because I will sound very negative, but here we are in the toy shop where we can also choose to work a longer shift or shorter shifts, and I'm going to work at 2-minute shifts. And basically what I have to do here is pick up the toys and put them in the appropriate part of this closet by climbing the ladder. Just like this. And here I first have to move the ladder to the appropriate place. Yeah, and again, this is so much easier playing it with the joystick. Playing this with the keyboard is absolutely horrific. I would even say any Sierra adventure game you play on the Atari ST, especially the AGI ones, just make sure you actually play them. I mean, first of all, play them in color, not monochrome, unless you want to torture yourself like I'm doing now. Because they don't really look the part. Oh, and I just pressed the button too early. That is just really bad. I have to move the ladder again. And you can see a counter counting down. The Aquamac special will pass very soon. Which means I will have to... I can put this teddy bear here, but I'm not sure if I can. 15. Oh, Donald Duck, come on. I hope I will be in time. I think I will just make it. Let's put this one in the because you also get some money for this. But now I have to quickly get to the lever and close the cabinet because now the train is passing, and of course it makes everything shake. And any stuff falling out of this closet will basically cost me money. But yeah, this wasn't too bad. So let's put again another toy locomotive in the closet. I will say, oh come on, idiot, I'm such an idiot. I think anything I drop myself is actually not deducted from my earnings, which is good. But now I have to move the lever again. Time's up. Oh, okay. So in this case I only made 25 cents, which is not a lot. Yeah, as I remember, the airport is actually the easiest way to make lots of bucks because it's fairly easy. And you can also see it's basically, the game is very forgiving. You don't have to be super accurate. But let's immediately, because yeah, we want to make our nephews happy, so we need more money. The more money we have. And here, this is very similar to the airport, except I also have to catch the vegetables. I have to catch all the produce and then put it in the right box. So you have to look at the arch. So I guess this teaches children also how to sort of predict trajectories of stuff. And I will say, if any of the games is much easier with the joystick than with the keyboard, it really is this one. Because I'm doing pretty well here. And of course it waits for you to put the vegetable into the box until it throws you another one. Which makes it less complicated. And now of course he dropped something. I was just a little bit too slow. Oh, and now he's cursing. Which is a very nice touch, I guess. Oh god, the looks of this game. Oh, I said I wouldn't comment on it anymore. Okay, watermelon, pumpkin, and I don't know why these three different vegetables are all coming from the same car, and who is throwing them like this. I mean, that person could actually stand a little bit closer to make it a little bit easier to throw and catch, but I guess I'm overthinking stuff again. A 7-year-old child would not be overthinking like this. It will just be happy with his mini games, and I'm talking too much and forgetting Move Donald, which is making him curse again. But you can see, yeah, also here, this game is more fast-paced, which helps you earn a bit more money. But I'm only at 25 cents and my time is only almost up, so I guess if you want to make money fast, you would just stick to your job at the airport. Because it has the best sort of fast-paced to difficulty to earning money ratio, I guess. And those boxes can hold lots of vegetables, I would say. But again, my time is up and I made 31 cents, so Donald is back to claim his salary and he's holding his hat in gratitude. And we are up to $1.37 already. Which in these days with this inflation will buy you like one sip of someone's beer, I guess. It's off to the next job, because I want to show you all different jobs. And yeah, this is the... you have to control the track changes, the junctions, to put the train into the... to send the train with delivery or pickup to the right towns. So Duckville, Duck City, Duck Value, etc. And if you wait too long, it's actually giving you instructions. And of course I'm going to do the joystick. And this game takes a little bit more time, so I'm going to work a 5-minute shift instead of a 2-minute shift. And it says Duck's Landing, which means I don't have to change anything. Which is good. Now the train is starting to run it, and you see it now went to Duck's Landing. And it will say it will deliver to Duck Corners. And again, I don't have to do anything, so... The game is kind of working with me here. I like that. Yeah, I'm sorry about the background noise. My desk seems to have developed some noises when I lean on it. But yeah, I will just wait until the train gets there and it will say where to pick up. And I think every successful delivery here you get like 10 cents. So if you really know what you're doing, this game is very rewarding. And it says Ducktown, which means again I don't have to change any of the tracks. And just to show, I can actually change the tracks. You can see track number 2 is now changing. So I can change the route of the train, which is sort of basically the purpose of this game. Yeah, the nice thing is if I move him anywhere close to the track changers, for now I have to change number 1. If I'm even close, I let go of my joystick, it will automatically come to the right point, which I really like. And now I've changed number 1 to turn the train to Ducktropolis. And I guess the easiest way here is to just change number 1 again to make sure it gets to Ducktown. And the train will always go around in the same direction, so you can't derail or destroy anything. The game is very forgiving because it's made for children. It's really all about, yeah, I guess it's all about getting better at it and make more money in less time. But you cannot fail. And again, it's sending me to Ducktropolis, so I'm just going to change the track. I am really being helped, and I was actually changing the wrong one, so I have to change number 1. And this game also, it is so much easier to play with the joystick. With the cursor keys, you are just going mad. Because you press the key, you forget to stop Donald, and it's just... Okay, Duckburg. What's the easiest way to get to Duckburg? Now I have to think. I have to change this one again, and I have to change number 2. And then I have to change number 4, I guess. Yeah, the train will just keep going, so you have some time. Is this right? No, it actually is not, because I have to change number 1 as well. And I hope I'm in time, because Donald is not very fast. Yep. I think they should bring it to Duckburg, should it? I really hope so, because I don't like having to solve puzzles in public in a children's game and completely failing as an adult. But I actually have reached Duckburg, and I have to deliver to Duck City, which means I have to change track number 4. Change number 4. Yeah, and this game should actually really appeal to me, since I'm actually working for the Dutch Railways as an IT architect. So I actually should show this game to my colleagues and see how enthusiastic they get. And of course now I have to pick up at Duck Valley, which means I have to change track number 3. And I'm doing a lot better in this game than I thought it would be. I was thinking I was going to completely, utterly fail at this part. So, before I get too happy with myself, I will probably fail at some part, but I'm making good money here. I mean, I know it's only 40 cents, but the stuff you want to buy, especially at the beginner's level, is actually pretty cheap. So, and of course now I don't have to do anything. I just have to lay back and sit and watch the train arrive at Duck Corners, which is going to give me another 10 cents. And now it says Duck Valley, which means again I don't have to do anything. I really got lucky this time. This game is making it very, very easy. And again delivered to Duck Corners. Okay, so let's just do nothing and wait and get some more points. And this is probably also the last money I'm going to earn, because I only have 10 seconds left, which means I don't have time to do a pickup and delivery again. See, it says time's up, but I made 60 cents, which is way more than I expected to make in this game. I was going to be happy to make 20 cents for 2 deliveries. But I almost have $2, which doesn't seem like a lot, but you can actually get a pretty decent amount of stuff from it. Having said that, I think I want a bit more money, but I'm not going to make you watch and wait for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you a bit here, cut the video and make a little bit of more money, and we will see you back when I am ready to spend the money to buy some really nice toys for the park. I hope to see you there. So here we are. I have worked some extra shifts at the airport and I now have more than $5, which in the beginner level of this game should be enough to basically buy almost everything. And you can see, except for some coins, I already got some $1 notes in even. So now we have to endure the music once more for a tedious long amount of time to get to the other side of Duckburg. What I'm going to show you is just I go in every shop, buy one item there. Because for some reason this game does not allow me to, yeah, and you can barely see what you can actually buy. But yeah, it says now a tether ball and pole, it costs 10 cents. And Minnie is just sort of mucking about behind the counter, but you can't have any, you can't have any interaction with her. There's a rocking horse and there's different kind of stuff there. I'll just get the rocking horse, but now, as you can see, if I want to buy more stuff, the swing, it says, no, I can't. I have to pay for what I have, which basically means I have to go through a tedious payment process, and then I'm actually outside of the shop, have to go back in again to buy all the stuff one at a time. I don't know why they chose this, but yeah, I have to pay for my purchases, and you can see here I can move the arrow with my joystick, and this is the part where now I'm using my keyboard, and as you can see, as soon as I press a key, it will just keep moving, just like my character. And for this part of the game, that is a really awkward way to control it, and the joystick is working much better. So I can basically say, pick up the 5 cents, and it says, okay, if you're done, press the T on the register. And with the joystick, this is so much easier. And it says your purchases will be delivered, and then it says press your button to leave, and he actually leaves the store. So for every item you want to buy, you have to get back into the store, get to an item, go to the cash register, go to this money exchange process, which of course is a very nice educational part of the game for children, but actually if you have a lot of money and you want to just buy everything, it's really tedious. So I'm just going to go to the next store, which is run by Mickey Mouse, as you can see, who's also just moving around behind the counter, and it's not really doing anything. And in this case I will get the trampoline, and I'm not going to show you all the items I'm buying, so I'll just cut the video after I've been to every shop. And again I have to pay for my purchases, and now I owe 10 cents, and I can choose also the way I want to pay for it. So in this case I'm just going to give them a quarter. So I will press the total key because I will get my exchange money, and I have to thank you, please make change. And of course I paid 25, but I owe only 10, so I'm going to give back 15, which means and I have to do this one by, imagine having to do this with your keyboard, and even if the arrow moves a lot slower in here, and yeah, it will automatically show me that I actually calculated this correctly, and I press the button to leave, and I leave the shop again. And I will go to the next shop using this pavement that's basically almost camouflaging my appearance in this monochrome mode. God, this game looks awful. And here we are in another shop, and this is the shop where Goofy is. And again I meet like a Treehouse fireman's pole, which of course I'm going to purchase, because what better to entertain children than providing them the materials to go pole dancing in the park. And of course in this case also I have to pay for every item before I can get another one, and I owe 10, so I'm going to give him 5 cents, and of course it says when you are done. Of course I'm not done yet, because there's a lot more to pay, and I will just pay him single cents because I wanted to get rid of the small change. And as we know, all the shops really like to have some small change in cash because they don't have any 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess this is one more. I guess it should be correct. So even with the joystick it's kind of difficult to get to this totals button, but apparently I paid enough and I don't get any change. And as you can see, I have a lot of money left and there's lots of items to buy. So also in this case, I am going to go on a shopping spree, which I'm not going to make you witness of, because as you can see, this takes a really long time. But after I spend all my money and have lots of stuff delivered to the park, I will see you and we will go out and play. So I have been on quite a bit of a shopping spree, and I might add, this was the slowest shopping spree I have ever been on. Man, this takes a lot of time. But I have emptied all the shops. I can show you if you go into a shop now. Basically the shop owner will say, you've bought already everything in my store. And she says, try Mickey's or Goofy store. Well, they are empty too. So all that's left for me is actually go to the park and yeah, enjoy my young nephews playing on the toys that I bought, that I worked so hard for. So we go off and we go to the park. And of course, what better location to situate your park that are for children to play than across a railroad track that has no guarding whatsoever. So you just have to look left and right and then cross. I don't know whose idea this was, because actually these kind of railroad crossings are the most unsafe ones you can think of, but apparently in the 80s in America they look different. But as you can see, yeah, all these things in the park, so much of the stuff is really and I can sort of, this is my trapeze rope and I can have him play. Now isn't this exciting? I guess when you're 7 years old this is sort of exciting, and I think he keeps playing until I sort of press the button again, so he can go on a swing. And of course I can go on the rings. Look at him go. He's actually a lot more fit than I am. So I have to give him that, and I can of course climb the ladder and I can go down the slide. Yay! That was fun. And I think that's the only thing I can do here on a fort, with the Mickey Mouse Disney corporate sponsorship flag waving there. And it's almost impossible to see, but there's a rope going up there, and you can see the rope there in the top. I will play on the rocking horse first a little bit. And yeah. I guess I'm a little bit too old to get really excited about this, but it's just nice to see that there's so much to play. And of course, if you miss these ladders, there's nothing you can do upstairs. So, and of course you don't have, yeah, you can pretend to be a captain with a ship's wheel that you buy from, I think, Mickey's shop. And of course you don't have to go to work and purchase everything. You can basically choose to, yay, let's go down here. You can basically choose to just work a little bit, buy some items, go play, and when you're done playing, go back to work and buy some more items and do some more games. Which is, I guess, is also one of the things that makes this game actually quite nice. And of course, yeah, this is the box you can buy from Goofy Shop. So, if you ever want to play on a low budget, this is how you play on a 1-cent cardboard box. I guess Donald's nephews are sort of satisfied really quickly. And of course you can get up to a ladder into the rocket ship, which I find pretty cool. And I think I have to climb even up. Look at that gigantic slide. And of course you have to have this ladder, and you have to buy this thing too. But then he goes through a huge slide with somersaults and everything. Well, and of course with the loading in between the screens, which in my emulator goes quite fast, but I think if you play this from floppy disk, there's quite a little bit of load time between these things. And to be honest, I think these are also the only screens you can go to, so I'm guessing the reward for all your hard work isn't actually that. Isn't that magnificent of a reward? So I can leave the park again, and of course I turn back into Donald, who has to cross this really dangerous railway crossing again. But that's also sort of the end of the game. This is it, there's no real end. It's just, you can now continue just playing on everything, but there's nothing more in the shops. They will remain empty, because yeah, I've been in the park. If I go inside a shop, it will stay empty. Which means there's also nothing to work for, and that's sort of, yeah, it's the end to the game. Which means I'm going to make the music a little bit softer, so I can sort of summarize in how I think about this game, because even though this game actually really looks horrendous in monochrome, in fact I think this is one of the most ugliest looking monochrome games ever released, I still like this game. I mean, yes, this game is aimed at children, so I probably won't play it again a lot, probably. but I can tell that as a kids game it is really very well made. It's very forgiving. It still provides a sort of challenge to get better and better at it, even if you just can't die or can't game over. And the game really had a nice balance between sort of achievement, education and just pure enjoyment. And if you can forget about the looks and sounds for a bit, you can only conclude that this game, yes, is actually very, very well made, and I have to give them credit for it. Even though it was very difficult to port it to the AGI engine, which really wasn't meant for this kind of games, if you play with the joystick, it's actually quite enjoyable, even as an adult. And I think even as an adult, you should at least have one go at this just out of appreciation for this game. And with that, I would like to thank you for watching.